You here on Talk Radio's
Last power, folks.
WCBM.com.
Last show of the year.
Those of the owners, management, and WCBM. But they should be.
The Pat McDonough Show is brought to you by Super Citizen Radio. Baltimore is listening to Talk Radio WCBM. It's time now for Super Citizen Radio. Here's your hosts, Pat and
everybody, and welcome to the as I've been wonderful. And there was no Valerie tonight.
WCBM, the Pat McDonough Show. Ron Sarah speaking
news.
News.
Back to the North Pole with Santa. She got so excited. Working on some business tonight, but we have with us a special guest. And Bill, we can introduce your friend. She's not participating. Stacy Hunter.
And would you like to talk to Pat tonight about?
What's his name?
So just start with the first one on
Hunter.
Springboard
I know
off
that name.
Yeah, they're not related. I don't think she's related to Maggie either.
Right, Joe Biden. Hunter Biden. That's no.
Right.
So obviously,
I think that was his first wife's maiden name.
Yeah. So.
You got it. But can the animals get the COVID virus? Springboard off of that, my friend.
And I'm no longer a veterinarian. But the first is, can animals get the COVID virus?
I heard some they weren't verified.
Yes, I haven't heard much about that, but I have a unbelievable revelation tonight. COVID and a tremendous scandal that's going on.
The gaggles!
About it, and
the gaggles!
Not reporting it.
Well, clue us in.
You want to start off with that?
Well, I don't like to be teased for too long, so
okay.
Let me know.
Yeah, it's very. As you know, there are therapeutics, they call them, or they're antibodies, like Regeneron. And this is the stuff that the president received when he had COVID and he went to the hospital and they gave him Regeneron. It helps out tremendously. It's a big defensive therapeutic drug. And it's easy to make.
Bada bing, bada boom, bada bing, bada boom, bada bing.
Elderly people in particular, if they receive Regeneron when they get COVID, it reduces the suffering from like 10 days down to 3 or 4 days. And it increases their percentage of likelihood to survive tremendously. Now, 75% of these statistics that you are hearing, these horrific statistics on the news about people in hospitals and people dying, are elderly, people with diabetes or pre-existing conditions.
Right, they call them comorbidities.
Yeah, well, those are what's happening now. There is the capability in this country through warp speed, and I have to say that the president overlooked this. I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt, and I don't think Joe Biden even cares, but all the criticism that the president is receiving in the news and CNN, the fact of the matter is that Regeneron and these other antibodies could be given to senior citizens in nursing homes all over the country, and it would increase their chances of survival and lack of suffering tremendously. And you don't hear it anywhere. There's nobody calling for it.
It's typical of what happened with hydrochloroquine. If you remember, Trump had something nice to say about that.
Yeah.
In countries where there's a lot of malaria issues, hydrochloroquine is easier to get. And they had, success all over the world with it. Not the same kind of success with, was it the other one, what's it called, was Isavir or something like that?
Remdesivir.
Right. Yeah, but anyway, so the president did, in fact, say that he would like those antibodies and many of the treatments that he got to be more available. And the media just jumped in, saying it was the equivalent of trying to cure COVID with Lysol and all this other kind of foolishness.
Yeah, typical. I mean, orange man bad, and if he likes,
I'm gonna cure Lysol.
It's translated that way. But the fact of the matter is, this stuff, Regeneron, not only been supported by the president, by politicians, Democrats, socialists, they all supported the idea, but there is no distribution system. It's one of those things where it's being ignored, and it should be done. Now, vaccine coming forward, and it's supposed to go to this group of people I just referred to with this profile pretty soon, hopefully maybe in January. They keep saying that people are essential workers and they've got to get it first. They have essential workers now down to aliens from Guatemala. So, I mean, are these elderly ever going to get this, vaccine? We don't know, but they're going to get it late, which means more of them are the ones that die. They're on the front lines. They're dying.
Right.
So the fact of the matter is, this is something that can be done. Now, what I found out about this, I called Franklin Square Hospital, which is my hospital, although I'm a patient at Hopkins, but I say Franklin Square is my hospital because I represented them for 16 years and helped get millions of dollars for them, which they deserve. But the bottom line is that they sent me a memorandum that was sent out by the state of Maryland. Now, check this out. In the memorandum, now this is the great Larry Hogan. This is why I think that Hogan is the biggest phony on the block, and he's supposed to be doing good things. He can't take care of the nursing homes. He can't take care of unemployment. 50,000 people with unemployment, they can't find a check anywhere. And he's in charge of the checks. He's the check master. There's no checks. People haven't put two and two together that he's the guy in charge. If they ever figure it out, they'll throw him out of the governor's mansion. But the bottom line is, there are 5 infusion centers. Sounds like Homeland Security, right? 5 infusion centers around the state. The infusion centers give you Regeneron and other stuff. Your doctor must give you a script to go there. Now, the one for the greater Baltimore area, which is 2 million people, is at the convention center downtown. Okay? So if you have a relative in the military and they carry a firearm, you can get them to drive grandma down to the convention center to get her Regeneron.
Right.
I mean, who wants to go to downtown Baltimore? I mean, probably more likely to die from a gunshot than from COVID, just going to get Regeneron. So this is the current system. Now, I don't know why people put up with this, but this is the current system. Our state senators and our state legislators, I mean, I would frankly like for the governor, I don't know why he would not be aware of this condition, but maybe he could do something where this could be available at least at hospitals.
Right. It might be a matter of tracking the money. If there's not the same level of profit in it, and that's what we find out. Look at what we learned this week about Fauci, where he admitted that he misled people because he wanted people to become vaccinated rather than a lot of the other things that were being proposed. And then, of course, we know that Fauci has some relationship with what's going on with these vaccines.
Yeah, we haven't really gotten that out.
A lot of this stuff is profit-driven rather than life-saving driven.
Well, you're hearing two different things. Regeneron and these other therapeutics, as they're called, are very inexpensive, number one. So they're not making a gigantic profit. They're easy to access. In fact, under Trump, the Federal Department of Health and Human Services last week put out a memorandum advisory saying that people who fit this profile, people with diabetes and pre-existing conditions and the elderly, should have access. That's a federal policy. Should have access. But in the state
Get a quarter, go to the phone, get a quarter, go to the freaking phone, put the quarter in and dial this number.
It's a real Republican, not a rhino state. Maybe they're doing this. But in the state of Maryland, the governor gets on there and says, wear your damn mask. Well, governor, get your damn Regeneron out there, okay? And save these elderly people, because the statistics in Maryland that the people are dying, 75% are elderly.
Dying over here.
Now, you can prevent that. This is like the biggest scandal imaginable. I'm surprised our friends at the Sun paper haven't written an article about this, but it has been in the Wall Street Journal.
Right.
There was a major article in the Wall Street Journal about this last week. So this is my big scandal as to, pardon me, talk about hypocrisy, right?
Yeah.
Wear the damn mask. Shut down the churches. You can't go to church. You can't go to the restaurants. But what about the Regeneron? What about the therapeutics? What about the people who are the number one targets for death? What's happening with them? Oh, there's nothing happening. What are you talking about, Mr.
We
McDonough?
knew back in March that the elderly were going to be the most significant victims. And then you had stuff like what happened in New York and New Jersey.
Yeah, the
where
governor
they
of New York
they were
put them
cramming
back
yeah.
into nursing homes.
Right, they were cramming them back into nursing
Well, let me tell
homes.
you what the
Nursing
governor
home
of
over
Maryland
there.
did in March when this was happening. You're right. We read about it. We knew it. The governor in Maryland did nothing. He did not issue a decree on nursing homes until May. That's the summer, the spring. In May, he finally issued a decree after this monster had been around for 4 months. And people in nursing homes in Maryland were dying.
You know how we could have saved a lot of lives? As soon as that, you should have basically spread this people. You had all these hotels who could not do business because of travel bans, right? I'm sure the government would have had enough money to basically set these people all up in separate rooms so that they
Well, they
wouldn't-
set the homeless up.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. But that's because that's a certain clientele for a certain electorate, I guess. But, you know, you also have to look at the philosophy, a lot of these leftists. And who was that one senator in California that said the elderly had a duty to die?
State senator?
It was a
Oh.
senator. It might have been in
They got a
California,
duty to
Utah,
die.
but I remember that being said.
Probably
back
not
then.
Utah.
But there are a lot of these folks who feel that, you know, the elderly have a duty to die.
Oh.
Children with Down syndrome have no right to be born, and all this kind of
the
stuff.
whole abortion on demand.
Right.
The whole left-wing socialist radical philosophy is all about death and crime.
I'm dying.
And supporting
Are
criminals.
you?
Right, it's the culture.
Are
of-
you?
It's the radical rule of law. Get rid of the rule of law. Defund the police. Pass illegal laws. Steal elections. Anything that there is no law. There is no constitution. There is no Bill of Rights. The radical left, that is their agenda, that is their philosophy, that is what they are all about.
All about.
They are anti-America, they are anti-human rights, they
Yep.
are anti-freedom.
Yep.
And that's it, that's what
Yes,
they're
they
all
are.
about. Newt Gingrich did an amazing article this week in the Washington Times. We're going to put it into our Freedom magazine when it comes out, about why he would not support Joe Biden even as the president. Now, for Newt, that's kind of extreme, but he laid out all the things they did against Trump, all the things they did against this country, all the lawlessness. It's a great article. We're going to put that in our Freedom magazine, which we're going to be talking about, that's coming for all of you who support freedom. We're forming a new nonprofit, and now I don't know, we need to think of the name of it. We were going to call it Freedom Watch, Freedom Guard, but we thought maybe we could go radical. So we're thinking about calling
WCBM,
it Freedom
on the show, Ron
Fighters
Travis
US.
speaking. Who's calling tonight, huh?
Think that will attract attention?
It'll attract attention. I'm not sure if it's going to be the attention
Brett?
you want. I
Well,
mean, you know,
I think
I
it'll
do
be
like the
Okay,
Guardian,
where
you
you
know, things
from?
like Guardian of the Constitution, Guardian of, you know, of our rights, things along those lines, because I think,
Yeah, it sounds more mild, but I was thinking mild, and I decided no. They're radical. They're out to get us. We're going
Right.
to have to fight.
okay.
They're fighting us. We're going to have to fight.
So what's it going to be, Freedom Fighters Journal?
All right, hold on, Brett, we'll
FreedomFightersUSA.com.
get
That's
that on.
going to be the website. That is the website. It's already been established.
Right. And,
And-
and fighting does not always mean violence.
No.
They'll try to pin that on you, just like they pin it on a lot of people, and you can put it right up front.
Well, the
Good.
fact that we have to wear uniforms also, I think they will put that.
Yeah, that'll be a red flag.
All right, well, we're going to take a break. First, I want to remind you the telephone numbers here are 410-238-0025. No, that's not. That's my home office. So if you want to call the
Oh!
there's nobody there right now. But our real number here, it's the end of the year. I don't even know what day it is. What
You
is
want me
it?
to tell you what it is? Because I call it all the time.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, it's
No, you don't. The
410
producer
922
is holding the number up. 410-922.
Right, there's so many 443
66.
numbers out there. I almost went with that, you know.
All right.
And I remember when they used to be able to call WCBM fax.
Oh.
Okay. Well, listen, we're going to take a break. We'll be right back, and we'll talk. We'll take some callers, and we'll also talk about Nashville. We'll be right back.
Listen to this commercial with the Krabby
Wow,
Greek.
this is one of the best crab cakes in town. That's what you will say after having
Yeah.
a great crab cake at the Krabby Greek.
Yes, he is.
Krabby Greek is open Monday through Friday from 7 a.m. to 9 p.m. and on Saturdays from 4 p.m. to 10 p.m. And here's where it really gets great. The Krabby Greek caters 7 days a week. Just call 410-494-9144 for your catering needs. There is also a full menu available from the Greek-style octopus.
WCBM, the Pat McDonough Show. Ron Powers speaking. Who's calling
Plus,
tonight?
there is live entertainment. You can enjoy authentic Greek music in the
This is
comfortable
Russell.
outdoor dining room. For more information, call 410-494-9144. Once
And where
again,
you calling
the
from,
number
Mustang Rick?
is 410-494-9144. Do something special. Check out
And what would you like to
Greek.
talk to Pat tonight about? What subject? Okay, you got it. Mustang Rick, you just hang on there. All right. No, man. Loose.
And a whistle. And the best part is I can check in on my home from anywhere right from my phone. Whether I'm at the gym, the office, thanks to Vivint, all is well. If you want a system professionally installed, fit with the best cameras and 24/7
All right.
monitoring, call Vivint today. 833
I'll tell you something.
47 for a free quote and lock-in.
I'll tell you something right off the bat.
Free monthly monitoring.
Well, pretty much off the bat. Where the hell is it at? Here.
Professionally installed. Call 833
Santa Maria Jose.
to get started today. Offer valid for new customers only. System purchase requires monthly service agreement and equipment package.
I'll tell you what, you want to do something? You want to go somewhere, eat the best crab cake in town? I'll tell you where you're going to go to the Krabby Greek. Go to the Krabby Greek. Okay, I'm telling you. Bill's a friend of mine. He's a good guy. He's not going to be mean. Nice. He'll sing a song. He sings. All right? Krabby Greek with the best crab cake in town. Come on, I'm telling you, man. 502 Washington Avenue, right down the alley. And it's a nice alley. You're not going to get mugged. It's a nice alley, I'm telling you. All right, they're open Monday to Friday, 7 to 10. Hours change, so give them a call if it happens about that with the COVID. Saturdays from 4 to 10. They cater 7 days a week. 7 days a week they cater. You're going to love it. You're going to freaking love it. And the Greek-style octopus, that a 6-ounce crab cake, their menu will please every freaking body that's there, okay? I'm telling you that right now, okay? And they also have entertainment outside on Friday nights. Greek music inside, live, and Saturday with the DJ. I'm going to tell you what. For more information, call 410-494-9144. 410-494-9144.
CBM, the most powerful names in talk.
And now back to Super Citizen Radio on Talk Radio 680 WCBM and worldwide at WCBM.com.
We are back.
Yes.
Are we back, Ron?
100%, sir.
100%. All right. Well, we are back. Let's take a couple calls before we get into the Nashville situation. We'll talk to Brett. Where is he here? Oh, Brett, good evening.
Hey, Pat. How you doing? Love your show.
Thank you, sir.
Hey, the person who said that.
WCBM, the Pat McDonough Show. Ron Sauer speaking. Who's calling tonight, huh?
Guy is Ezekiel Joseph
Stephanie?
Mengele.
Paul?
Yeah, you're right.
Oh, Becca, I'm sorry. I
The
got
Nazi
to
party, and a lot of this Nazi stuff.
I do, I really
is
do.
in
It's
the
a show.
radical left.
And you're from
They have
Parkville?
the same foundation.
Oh, my neighbor.
So,
That's
Pat,
cool.
are you serious?
Okay, and what would you like to
that
talk
no
to
one
Pat
has
tonight about?
gotten
I'll live
their,
above witnessing some more than exact
their
witness.
unemployment checks?
Well, they've gotten them, but you know they're getting them 8 and 10 weeks too late.
Wait a minute, let me
And
turn
it's
this down.
not a- here, let me tell you what the problem is.
The echo of the show, you know. I'm sorry, what's that, Becca?
Here's the problem. You've got 50
You got the vaccine?
in Maryland who are not
Holy smokes.
It's been like this for 9 months. Eight
Oh, man, hold on.
10 weeks
That's a good one.
checks. But they're all individuals. They're like regular people. They're not part of an organization.
Okay, Becca, hold on. You're going to be on soon.
They go down to the
And thanks for calling the Pat McDonough Show, huh?
march in front of the governor's
All right, hold on, please.
Because number one, they don't even know that the
All right, hold
governor
on.
responded to this. They don't even know that. And the press has kept it quiet, and they've overlooked. I heard a couple of talk show guys yesterday on another channel talking about how wonderful
Becca just got the freaking vaccine.
with the
Woo!
COVID thing and the great job. And here he's got 50.
Did I tell you about the Krabby Greek, how good it is?
Now you tell me that's
Okay, I'm going to tell you again in the next commercial.
No. Hey, Pat, one more thing. Isn't there a federal law that if you want to take a particular drug that you think is going to save your life, you have every right to do it.
I'm not too sure about that.
Yeah, it was a new federal law.
Oh, no, you're right. That's about, well, the law came out of the Trump administration. It was an executive order, and it was about taking certain series of drugs that have been tested and not proved that you could have access to them.
Yes,
All right, thank you, Brett. Yeah, that was the deal there. You could have access to drugs that they've been working on, but they didn't have final approval, experimental drugs, but if you had a certain type of cancer, and these drugs...
Yeah, that was Trump's right to try law.
Right to try. There you go, buddy. You got it. All right, let's take a couple more calls here, and let's talk to, I think it's, gotta get my eyes fixed. I'm telling you, these computers have to get there. All right, let's talk to Becca. Becca, good evening.
Go back.
I'm doing good. What's up?
Great. Well, so last week on Thursday, I got the vaccine.
Now, where did you get it, and how did you get it?
Well, I work at Mercy Hospital.
Okay, so you're a healthcare worker.
Yeah, and they mandatory, but they were offering it to employees, and so I got it, but I've been experiencing side effects since then, and it's ruined my Christmas.
What kind of side effects?
I've been having loose stools and
Okay.
gas and a lot of stomach issues.
Wow. All right, well, how long ago did you receive the shot?
Well, I got the shot on Thursday, and I was fine for...
Listen to this, because this is what happens if you get the vaccine. You're going to get the crap holes.
Gone to the crappy Greeks, and then ever since, I've been having these problems, so I don't know if it's being or what I ate.
Well, that could be either way, yeah. All right, well, thank you for calling, Becca. Thank you. Well, there are side effects with some folks.
Well, even the flu and the pneumonia vaccine, you know, they kind of take a shock
Cut
to the
that out.
body.
Yeah, I got the flu shot early, and I got the big one.
Right.
And I couldn't see for 2 weeks. I still drove, though. I had to go places.
Well, it's that psychic.
Becca's got a little crap on the brain, maybe, you know what I mean? Because the Krabby Greek has
Let's
nothing but
talk
good
to,
food
Mustang
and excellent.
Rick.
But of course, you got little idiots trying to help put their little turds in there.
Mustang Rick, good evening.
I'll tell you the Krabby Greek's number one. Back up, bada boom.
Just one little equation to bring to the airwaves this evening. And that is
WCBM, the Pat McDonough Show, Ron Sass speaking. Who's calling,
is $900
Let me turn it down.
billion.
I'm sorry, this is Bob. Hey, Bob, where you coming from, buddy? And what you like to talk with Pat tonight about? Yeah.
That every American that needs
Hey,
rescue
that's
from
excellent.
COVID
Hold on, Bob, we'll get you on tonight.
would be given
Soon. Thank you.
$899,701.30.
So we're getting, what are we getting, 600?
Depends on which
You
one
can throw some-
passes.
Well, I think Trump's going to hold out and try to get that 2,000. The Democrats and some of the GOPs are going to come around.
Well,
What I would like to know is if Pakistan has nuclear capability, why do they need
Smaros on the
$100
chocolate
million
paleta yasta.
money for something as stupid as gender studies? You either got a tallywhacker or you don't.
That's the way to look at it. I guess that could have been the speech on the floor. And that's how they got the $100 million.
I guess.
Yeah, what he's talking about is Senator Rand Paul's annual pork spending review that he puts out, and he lists all the different money for different things. Like they found microbes on Mars with some kind of vehicle that went there, and the microbes indicate that there might be the potential for life sometime. And since this was a living creature, the State Department gave them $100 for development.
And who gets it? The
Martian microbes get it. Which is normal the way it is around the world. No, that didn't happen, people. We're just telling you that the extreme could happen, right? So let's talk to Ron. Let's see, where's Ron? Ron, good evening.
Hey, Ron.
Yeah. How you doing, Pat?
Good, Ron.
Yeah, Happy New Year's to y'all.
Yes, same to you, my
Thank
friend.
you.
check this out. This is what I come up with. I have two topics. One is, do cats and dogs and other animals in the house, or horses, do they get the virus from us?
I have no idea. But if someone is out there who may know, I mean, I haven't read anything about it. I don't know. They're a living creature. They could get a virus. I think I heard something slightly about that dogs can get it. Cats are too nasty. They can't get it.
Right.
Teenagers don't get it either.
Well, I'd like somebody to call in and, give us some information.
Yeah, somebody might have read something about that.
My second topic is support your local little business by calling in for your
Carry out.
food
Yeah.
and keep them rolling. A lot of my friends, I go pick up
Bada bing,
food
bada boom, bada bing.
myself, even though I got plenty of food, and it's just a lot. Okay, but listen to this. Cater to children at Christmas over in Pigtown.
Okay.
And what happened was the lady told me, she said,
First hour in, man. Check it out. Keep
she
your ears
heard
on.
noise, and around the block from her house, they shot 37 holes in the one car and 7 in the other car. It was never on the news.
A lot of stuff's not on the news, Ron. Listen, Ron, have a very healthy new year, and Valerie and I will see you in the future.
Thank you, and you're doing a great job.
Well, thank you. I think I am. Thank you very much.
I'll confirm that.
All right. Well, anyway, talking about doing a great job, I wanted to tell folks, and we just saw up on the monitor, TV monitor, that Bill Clinton had an affair with that guy. What's his name? Jeffrey Epstein.
Yeah. You're talking about Ghislaine Maxwell, is who he
Jeffrey
had the affair
Dahmer.
with?
Yeah, Ghislaine Maxwell, who was Jeffrey's enabler and his assistant, and with all this stuff. And here's old Willie had an affair with her.
Well, it's like the earlier caller. Some people make their policy based on their tallywhacker.
No, don't go there.
Okay.
You're starting to sound like
Pollywagger.
Okay. Very distasteful. Anyway, let's talk about. I forgot. I wanted to mention. Talking about working, we will be filling in for Derek Hunter all next week. So we'll even be here New Year's Eve and New Year's Day, and Friday, New Year's Day, we're going to be a very interesting show. Valerie's coming in, and we're going to be talking about our adventures. People don't know we have adventures. We're just regular, normal people. But every time we go somewhere or we do something, I have no idea whether God is responsible for this or who. But weird things happen that don't happen to regular people all the time. I told Bill a couple of these stories, and at the party the other day. They're hard to believe, but they really do happen. They're very interesting. Friday's going to be a lot of fun. It's New Year's Day, and we're going to want people to call in and tell us about this doesn't. I'm
Betsy
sure this
Bootsy.
doesn't only happen
Hi,
to
Betsy
us.
Bootsy. Betsy Bootsy.
I'm sure it happens to other people, and they can tell us their odd stories that happen. But let's get into the most serious business right now. The latest news item is, of course, Nashville. Now, the latest we have, of course, this massive bomb. Now, this, number one, there's so many questions to ask about this. This massive bomb seems similar to the Oklahoma bombing, and this stuff you have to put together, these big barrels of these ingredients that cause the explosion.
That's how it usually goes.
You can buy over the counter, apparently.
Well, you can buy them over the counter, but not in the quantities you used to be able to buy them. After Oklahoma, in order for farmers to purchase fertilizer, a lot of that stuff has to be registered now in many of the
which makes sense, yeah, because it has the potential
There he is.
to do what it did in Oklahoma.
There he
so
is.
anyway, still complicated, I would think, to try to put this
Looks
together, and then to do it with an RV, a recreational van, which all of the snowballs or whatever they call them, that go to Florida every year in January and February. If you go down 95, they're lined up like
the
Berlin in
snowballs.
the Second World War. But the interesting part about it is an RV, and then this individual who apparently they think killed himself or herself at the explosion, and had a tape rigged up telling people to stay away, that this was a bomb. So this is an interesting story, that this individual didn't want to harm people. It's not like the jihadis and the Islamists who want to, the terrorists who want to harm as many people as possible. This individual apparently didn't want to harm
Zero
anybody.
warning. Zero.
And then there's so many.
Hey, Tammy, how you doing, Tammy?
The officials, I'm not answering a lot of questions. First of all, they say this thing was there 1 o'clock in the morning and did not explode until 6 o'clock. Okay? It was sitting there all night, and nobody noticed or did anything about it. I know it's Christmas and it's the middle of the night.
Right.
But I can tell you, I've been to Nashville recently, and I'll tell you some stories about Nashville. But there are people out on the streets in Nashville all the time.
2 minutes.
And that somebody wouldn't say, isn't that odd that no other cars are parked here, but there's this van. And then there were shots fired. Maybe it was a recording of shots, and apparently they're saying now that it was real shots because they found the casings.
Hey, it's real shots,
that
man.
could be the possibility. So nobody is saying why that was sitting there for all those hours.
Can you see that man?
Out, was this a personal thing by this individual, or based on some big issue?
Well, I just hope we've learned, the facts of what all this is. I mean, there was a lot going on in this guy's head, and we should know about what it was about him, and not some narrative that somebody might like to shape this.
Well, they will do that. It's inevitable. There's no way they can't do it. It'll be Trump's fault somehow. There's going to be some connection to Donald Trump. Lefty. Now, if there's a note that's left behind, and says Black Lives Matter, and also,
Hey, Heather, how you doing?
911 calls.
I'm freaking
because of the
terrific.
shots fired,
Heather.
trying to get the police there ahead of time. And there are some theories that they were trying to kill police.
Who?
This person was going to commit suicide and kill police because the police would swarm the place and be there.
And we're very fortunate that none of them were hurt.
Well, not only that, it's ironic. The opposite happened. Now we have 6 police officers who are now national heroes. So he didn't make the police go down or defund them or kill them. Now we've created, once again, another story of heroism by our first responders and our
let's
police.
hope there's a turnaround. I mean, even Barack Obama realizes he went too far with some of his anti-police rhetoric.
Well, there's no question about it. There was this summer of Black Lives Matter to the tune of about $1 billion in donations to the Black Lives or Global Network, which is the official name of the big organization. Now the little local organizations are griping because they're not getting money from the big global organization because they're not sharing all the money that they got from, Nike and the National Football League and people like that. So anyway, so the Nashville thing has a lot of questions assigned to it. We're going to take a break and come back, and I'll tell you a little bit about Nashville, which is kind of interesting when we come back.
Okay.
Dry and cold tonight, a clear sky from this evening into the overnight hours. Winds will stay light, and the overnight low will eventually dip down to 22 degrees. The milder temperature Sunday afternoon with a combination of sunshine and a light breeze out of the south. The highs hit 45 degrees.
Take it off.
Sunday night, the low dropping down to 33. The warming trend extends into Monday. There will be increasing cloud cover with a high approaching 1.
Hey, hold on, let me tell you something, man.
On Tuesday with a high temperature.
Bluefish apparel. Wait a minute. First of all, I gotta get back to water.
Weather channel for
God damn it. WCBM, the Pat McDonough Show, Ron Sarah speaking. Who's calling, please?
Your vehicle will be worked on by all
Hey, Debbie, where you calling from, bitch?
ASE certified technicians. Jeff services all
Severn, yeah, sure.
cars, SUVs.
And would you like to talk to Pat
even
tonight
light
about that?
duty. And there are always specials available at Jeff's Automotive Services. Just call 410-682-5700. Jeff's Automotive Services.
Tennessee. Well, you got it. You hold on. We'll be right on after these commercials, okay?
Mason Avenue.
Thank you for calling, Debbie. Hold on, please.
Service Award for 2019.
All right, Deb. Hold on,
By
Deb.
the Avenue
Hold on,
newspaper cleared cold. Jeff's offers 10% discounts to seniors and active military members and would like to thank our military members for their service. Jeff's Automotive Services has a name you can trust. Remember, call 410-682-5700. Jeff's Automotive Services.
TV is exploding, and everyone's talking about it. Now, a survey says 30 million Americans are watching Newsmax TV all the time. Millions are turning off big cable news, and Trump says he loves Newsmax. So watch it, and make sure you vote in Newsmax's national poll asking about President Trump conceding the election. It takes a minute. Just text the word OPEN to 39747 and vote instantly. President Trump wants to know your opinion. So text OPEN to 39747 and vote instantly in Newsmax's poll. Plus, watch Newsmax TV with great shows including Dick Morris, Rudy Giuliani, Michelle Malkin, Diamond and Silk, Mike Huckabee, Greg Kelly, Sean Spicer, and more. Newsmax is on all major cable systems. Check your guide or tell your cable operator you want Newsmax like everyone else. Watch Newsmax TV today and vote in their big poll on Trump. Text OPEN to 39747 and let your voice be heard.
Paid for by Bar Justice. Attention. Have you or a loved one been diagnosed with cancer after using Zantac or other heartburn medications for several months? Zantac may be linked to these cancers: bladder, colorectal, esophageal, intestinal, kidney, liver, ovarian, pancreatic, stomach, testicular, and uterine. If you or a loved one have been diagnosed with cancer after using Zantac or other heartburn medications for several months, call now. Never stop taking medication without first consulting a physician. Call right now for a free consultation. Call 800-37.
Hey, what's going on, baby? Listen, I'm doing a bunch of commercials for you, right? Well, I'm live now, right?
$1,000 in back taxes or unallowed tax returns. U.S. Tax Shield can help you take back control. The IRS can seize your bank accounts, garnish your paycheck, close your business, and file criminal charges. Our team of tax attorneys can stop collections and get you protected. U.S. Tax Shield offers a price protection guarantee to get you protected today. U.S. Tax Shield is A+ rated with the beauty meeting, so call 800-466-9625. U.S. Tax Shield, 800-466-9625.
It's Baltimore's #1 marketplace, Radio Flea Market with Jay Harris, Sunday mornings from 7 until 8 a.m. Exclusively on Talk Radio 680 WCBM.
Newsmax TV is exploding, and everyone's talking about it. Now, a survey says 30 million Americans are watching Newsmax TV all the time. Millions are turning off big cable news, and President Trump says he loves Newsmax. So watch it, and make sure you vote in Newsmax's national poll asking about President Trump conceding the election. It takes a minute. Just text OPEN to 39747 and vote instantly. President Trump wants to know your opinion, so text OPEN 39747 and vote instantly in Newsmax.
In the first hour. Oh, I gotta go.
Newsmax TV with great shows,
all right, brother,
including Dick Morris, Rudy Giuliani, Michelle Malkin, Diamond and Silk, Mike Huckabee, Greg Kelly,
WCBM, the Pat McDonough Show. Ron Savage speaking. Who's calling tonight, please?
Cable systems. Check your guide.
Hey,
or
Mark.
tell your cable operator you want Newsmax like everyone else. Watch
virus?
Newsmax TV today and vote in their big poll on Trump. Text
Yeah, and the
OPEN
vaccine.
to 39747 and
Right.
let your voice be heard.
Attention all authors. Page
Yeah,
Publishing
we
is looking
even
for
brought up
authors.
if animals can get close. So yeah, we're definitely on the subject of
Page Publishing will get your
Hold on, Mark, we're getting ready to go on.
for sale online at
You're
Amazon,
welcome.
Apple iTunes, and other outlets. They
Get
handle
out of
all
here.
aspects of the publishing process for you. Printing, cover art, publicity, copyright, and editing. Call 800-501-3689 now for your free author submission kit. That's 800-501-3689 for your free author submission kit.
Oh my God, I got the wrong gift. I got the wrong freaking gift. Where you gonna go? Hey, me, baby! Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas!
Tax forgiveness program.
Merry Christmas!
Civic tax relief for free information now. Find out
There it
about the
is.
START program that is now available through Civic Tax Relief. Civic Tax Relief.
I'm gonna do this commercial because it's a good one. It's a real good one. It's about if you got the wrong gift. Oh, Jesus Christ, the wrong size. Oh, they don't like the sock because I'm gonna do it next one.
841-0908. 800-841-0908.
Now back to Super Citizen Radio on Talk Radio WCBM and worldwide at WCBM.com.
Okay, we are back, and we're going to talk to Bob and Debbie and Mark. And I wanted to say something about Nashville. I was there a couple of months ago, and this is the 4th fastest growing city in the United States. Nashville, it is growing, and it is it's a beautiful place. And 70% of the population must be young people under the age of 30. I'm telling you, they have the second highest amount of colleges and universities after Boston in the country. They had 24 colleges and universities, including Vanderbilt, one of the great universities in America.
Yeah.
But this downtown area that they're talking about is bigger than the French Quarter in New Orleans.
Wow.
And it's a lot classier.
Whoa, here it
You've
is,
seen
here it
the
is, here it is!
Okay.
Oh, wait a minute.
Valerie and I walked that whole.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mary,
down
this
that street.
just came
Big
in.
pictures,
Mary
bars,
Taylor has an announcement on
and
it.
we were down there. These are narrow streets in the downtown area, and they are packed with business. They are packed.
Oh, that's very
it's a
nice. It's
beautiful
that
town.
face with the hearts on
I
it.
tell you
How
how
nice.
it's growing.
Thank you, Mary Taylor.
Where they're talking about was Broadway
Thank you,
and
Mary Taylor.
2nd Street, I think, or something like that. But Broadway is the main street that runs from the Cumberland River
I listen to the
downtown
show.
all the way to west out to where Vanderbilt University is, still in the city.
God love him.
And
God
we
love
went
him.
on a tour there, and the tour guide pointed out, and this was amazing, there were 20 buildings, 20 stories or higher, under construction on the both sides of Broadway. I mean, it was like 50 cranes. We drove for 5 miles, and the city is exploding. It's getting so big with these tall buildings going up. I've never seen anything like that. Maybe New York, I guess. But, you know, it'd be great to see that in Baltimore. But saw the mayor today of Nashville for the first time, and I was commenting to Valerie. I said, this must be a great mayor, because this city, I mean, it's so clean. The people are on the streets. It's so lively and safe, I think. It seems to be safe anyway. Well, of course, this is an anomaly. But I saw the mayor today. I think his name is Campbell or Connor. He's a little guy. I think he's about 4 foot tall. He was in The Wizard of Oz. He was the mayor of the Munchkin Land or something.
In real life?
Yeah. So. No, he's not that old.
Okay.
So he is an older guy. But he must be a great mayor, because the city
Munchkin City!
is really amazing. So for them, you know, they have a lot of pride. And I'll be down, if I was 25 again, when I know now, I'd be in Nashville.
And you could be the next Johnny Cash.
Go down, down, down. Fire goes much higher. I don't know, couldn't make it. But anyway, let's take some of the callers. We'll start off with Bob. Where is Bob? There he is. Bob, good evening.
I walked into a burning ring of fire. I walked in and the flames were licking high. No, seriously, I always like to listen to you, Pat.
Well, you know where that song came from? Why that song was written?
No.
I'll tell you. It's because he was dating his wife, and he had met June Carter, and he had fallen in love with June Carter. He could not control his love for June Carter, and that was what the song was all about. That's how he wrote that song.
Interesting. Thank you. I love Johnny Cash. Check
Shut
out
up!
his albums from the late 90s produced by Rick Rubin. They're really good. You would really like it.
I was a big Cash fan, especially when I was in prison. I loved that he's in the prisons.
That was a great San Quentin show. But anyway, hey, I always like to listen to you when I'm unemployed. You're a breath of fresh air.
Well, you have joined, not millions, but yeah, millions across the country.
It's millions. It's definitely millions. Yep, absolutely. But to the point, what I was going to make, I heard that the healthcare worker from Mercy a few minutes ago say that she got the vaccine and she had a reaction to it. And I'm a layman. I'm not a medical person, but I do a lot of reading and I keep up with it. And I try to stay healthy myself. And it seems like when you introduce something foreign into your body, which a vaccine is, it's a foreign substance.
Hey, there's side effects from vodka.
Yeah, that's a foreign substance. Food is a foreign substance. And your body, to get rid of
Yeah.
when you eat food, whether it's good food or junk food, it doesn't matter, your body wants to eliminate it, right? It gets rid of it.
Yeah, and there are side effects apparently, but not that much.
Oh my God! I'm dying. I'm dying. You die. I'm dying. I'm
It
dying.
came around quickly, and thank God. I mean, they really pushed for it, and they got it. They had.
It was an amazing scientific achievement. I'm telling you, it's one of the great achievements in the world of science ever.
Let's hope it really comes to fruition. So far, it looks good, but there are going to be reactions, and so far they've been minimal as expected. Thank God, and
Yeah, well, I'm glad it's here. I have hope for the future now.
Well, people need to.
But I don't know why they haven't produced that much, and they're sending it to different countries and stuff.
Well,
like
you know,
Pfizer is sending it to different
people are
countries.
people. I don't begrudge
Yes.
people from anywhere
Yeah,
to
man.
anything.
Yeah,
I know,
man.
but I want America first. I'm like Donald Trump. America
Please
first.
listen to
You
this.
take care of my grandma before you take care of
Hey,
I think
Poland.
some of the
I
development
agree.
also
I'm
occurred
talking
overseas, so we have to.
I'll say the same
You know,
thing.
I want
I'll
to
say
be
the
fair
same
to
thing.
humanity. I'm trying,
I'll say the same
to
thing.
like be here now, and you know, we're all one. You know, I mean.
Oh, we are? Well, I don't think the Chinese feel that way.
Well, you know what? I don't know how they think. Well,
Oh, I know how they think.
Yeah, I know how they think.
I know exactly. Well, I don't know about how all 1.4 billion think,
Yeah.
but I know how the Chinese Communist Party thinks. I know how the Princeling.
You're talking about the government.
And guess who's in control over there? The government.
Biden's in control over there.
No, you got it backwards. They're in control of Biden.
This is such a good show. I'm dying. I'm dying. I'm dead.
Hey, take care of that cat. Don't let it get COVID, because we don't know if they get it or not. Well, all right. Thank you, Bob. Cats. I'm not going to say anything bad about cats. I was watching TV today, and they had one of these shows on where they show dumb things that people do and all, and they were showing dumb things that cats do. Little kittens. Cuddly little baby kittens. You know? I'm a dog man. I'm sorry.
That's right. That's right. Me too.
Ron, you're a dog. That's right. You have Betsy.
I got Betsy Bootsy, and I'm going to get bit if I say something else.
You're going to get rid of her.
I'm going to get bit if I say something else,
Oh,
but it's
no,
true.
no.
I am a dog person.
That's a very smart dog. So on Friday, we're going to be telling dog stories, too. My dog Buck, one of my dogs. He's 120-pound German Shepherd and Husky. And he was very beautiful. He was black and white.
Yeah.
And he was like the Lion King. He had a very arrogant attitude. If you wanted to pet him, your people had to talk to his people, make arrangements, kind of stuff. And he was in the Martin Luther King parade down in Charleston. It was one of our
Listen
weird
to this.
things
Please
that
listen
Valerie
to
and I
this.
wound up. He was stuck on the top of the Bay Bridge with the top down on the convertible, sitting in the back, watching
Yes.
the cars go by.
That's
Well, they
a good
love
story.
that.
Oh yeah, the little kids loved Buck. And then he was banned from Fort McHenry, and he was told to leave the Congressional Pond in Washington. See, you have to have a leash. You have to put a dog on a leash. I know a lot of people like to let them run loose, born free, you know, and all that stuff. So I always had Buck on a harness, and I had like a 20-foot line on him. And I'll be honest with you, I was a little reckless. I'd let old Buck go where he wanted to go and stuff like that. So we were over in Washington, and we were at the Congressional Pond, and I wasn't paying attention, but I heard all these little children laughing and hollering and everything. And I turn around, and there's old Buck in the pond. And he's chasing the ducks. And coming down the hill from the Capitol, running towards the pond, were two oversized, large Capitol Hill police with like 500 things on their belts. I don't know what all the things were on their belts, and they were overweight, and they're running down the hill as if there were assassins trying to kill Nancy Pelosi or something. You know, and they come. Is that your dog? Yes, sir. Get him out. Get him out of there. Right. I said, we could give you a citation, you know, sir. You can't let. Why would you let your dog run in? I said, I'm an idiot. I'm sorry. I didn't even know he was in there. Well, you'll have to leave. You and your wife and your dog will have to leave, and don't come back anymore. So I'm banned from the Congressional Pond. And then I'm over at Fort McHenry one day with him, and I'm letting him run around like I shouldn't. And all of a sudden, I feel a tap on my back. And I turn around, and I don't see anyone. And then I look down, and there is a woman who is a ranger who's about 4 foot tall and has a hat as tall as she is, right? And she says, you and your dog are going to have to leave the fort. I said, what did he do? She said, he's chasing birds. He almost caught one. You can't chase the fort's birds. Dogs can't chase the fort's birds.
Woo!
So I didn't know the fort had birds. I said, if they're on the fort, they're our birds. You can't have a dog running around chasing birds. What if he caught one? I said, I don't know. Would you put him in jail? She said, no, but you're going to have to leave and have to take the dog with you.
Yeah, you could have had to go with the dog to sensitivity training for birds.
And then, yeah, in a modern age, and she says, but she is a pretty dog. I said, she's not a she. Everybody would, because he's so pretty, they'd always say she, you know. I said, no, he's quite a man, to be honest with you, but he's not a she. She said, well, he's a pretty dog, but you're still going to have to leave. I said, now if I started chasing birds and I was by myself, would I have to leave? He said, yes, you would.
Or they take you someplace else.
Yes, they might. But so Buck, and that's some of the Buck stories.
Oh
that
my
you
God,
might
this
hear
is
about.
too
You already heard
good.
them,
Too
so
good to
I'm not
make
gonna
up.
hear it again.
Can't make this up.
And he, we've got 2 minutes left. One final one. Valerie wanted to put in his ear. He had an infection in his ear, and she wanted to put drops in his ear, and he didn't like it, so he ran under the bed in one of the bedrooms, and there was one of these metal beds, and he got under there, and she said, "Buck, come out of there." He goes, "Rrrr." She said, "Buck, don't you growl at me. You come out of there." Rrrr. And well, you know Valerie. So she actually took the bed and lifted it and threw it to the side, exposing poor Buck. Remember, this is a 120-pound dog. Okay. Old Buck got up with his tail between his legs, and he walked into the other room. She gave him the earshot. She scared the hell out of him. Poor dog. That scares the hell out of a lot of people.
2 minutes.
I'll tell you, funny stuff. All right, so Memphis. Now, have you ever been to Memphis?
No.
Well, I will tell you, it's a nice place to go. You want to go like when the weather gets better? Go down. Don't go in an RV. I mean, what is it called? Was it an RV?
Yeah, it was a
Recreational vehicle.
You
yeah.
talking about Memphis or Nashville?
Oh, did I say Memphis?
Yes,
I'm
you
sorry, I
did.
get them confused. Oh, Memphis is bad. It's like Baltimore with the crime. The only good thing there is Elvis's. I visited Graceland.
Yeah.
Because Elvis's place is down there. And
Yeah.
Right.
The
Well,
neighborhood's
what
the
you
town.
have there is, what you described about, again, is American cities can be run differently, and Baltimore could be differently with
Oh, very
different
much so.
management.
Yeah.
And, what you're talking about, I think, what's his name, Governor Lee down there, I mean, he governs different than what we're used to. And they're very pro-business, and they know that business benefits everybody else. It's
Yeah.
not like the enemy.
50 seconds, heartbreaking.
Well, Tennessee's a great state. It really is. Some of the towns there, like Knoxville and Pigeon Forge, of all places, where Dolly Parton is, where Dollywood is. Memphis is a little rough. Now, Memphis is on the Mississippi River on the far west side. You go across the bridge and you're in Arkansas. Nashville's in the center, and Knoxville is right as you go into Tennessee. But Nashville is and I was there 10 years ago. One of my brothers and I were down there.
20
and,
seconds.
Basically, it was beautiful, but now it's really great. Anyway, we'll be back for the second hour.
Stay connected with stimulating talk and breaking news.
Right on.
Talk Radio 680 WCBM, Baltimore, and WCBM.com.
News this hour from townhall.com. I'm Jason Walker. Could be a break in that Nashville bombing case.
Investigators from multiple federal and local law enforcement agencies were at a home in Antioch in suburban Nashville after receiving
Oh, this is terrible.
information
I
relevant
can't
to the
even know, but guess what? We're going to start the
According
video
to
for the
FBI
second
Special
hour.
Agent Jason Pack,
We're having a
another
problem
law
once again, but we
enforcement
made it
official
all the way
speaking on
through
the
instead of
condition of
500
anonymity
parts.
told the Associated Press
If this is still
investigators
on,
regard someone associated
hang
with
on
the
for part
property
2.
as a person of interest in the bombing. Earlier Saturday, investigators said they were looking at a number of individuals who may be connected